Alright guys, we are live again. Let me unblank the screen here really quick. We are going to look at i3 Window Manager live. I'm not going to go really in-depth with it because it can be kind of complex. So I've got a clean installation of Elementary OS right here as our baseline right here. Here's Pantheon, the desktop environment. So I will show you how to get started with i3. Personally, I am not an expert with it, so I'm not going to go that far in depth, but I'll get you started and an idea on what i3 Window Manager is all about. So to install it, this is elementary. It's built on Ubuntu, so sudo apt get. I'm just going to do sudo apt install and i3. Enter a very secure password, and then it's going to install a couple different packages, like just a couple different things. Shouldn't take too long to install, but it is a pretty bare bones window manager. I wouldn't really call it a desktop environment as per se, but it's more of a tiling window manager. Alright, we have that installed, so we're gonna log out of this session and click log out because we want to get into a i3 session. So there's this little gear right here. When you click that, you have the options for Pantheon, which is the desktop environment that comes pre-installed on Elementary OS. This will be different for you depending on your Linux distro. And then you have i3 and i3 with debug log. I'm going to start with just i3. Select that. And then type in our very secure password once more. And then we have entered the i3 Window Manager. It says i3 first configuration. You have not yet configured i3 yet. Do you want me to generate a config and /home/ whatever your user is .config i3 /config, and then I'm gonna generate the config, and then you have a different option for your mod key, which is the key that you usually use to do most of your i3 tasks. I'm gonna set it as the Windows key, or the key that has the Windows logo on it, or Mac, whatever laptop or desktop you are working off of, and I'm gonna write the config. So then when we press mod enter, you get a terminal. So that's how you open up a terminal. Now since we don't have a, forgot what you call it, but there's this program called Compton, which will fix the black background. To open up a program, you do mod D, and then I don't really have too many files. Programs, but like you can type in terminal, and there's i3 Sensible Terminal, which just opens up your regular terminal. So there's two different ways to do that. Mod D, then type in whatever program you want. Like if you want to open Firefox, you would do it that way. The one thing I did do pre-stream was install Firefox, as I didn't want to deal with the the one that comes pre-installed with EOS. So i3 improved tiling window manager. Here's their website, just https://i3wm.org. i3 is a tiling window manager completely written from scratch. Targeted platforms are GNU Linux, BSD. Yeah, gives you some information here. It's really lightweight. Then to close a program, you do mod, shift, and then Q. And then it'll bring up this confirm close on Firefox, and then just close. You could change backgrounds, but you would have to use another program to do that. You would have to install. I'll get to that in later on in the stream. So currently the configuration file is located in .config i3, and then there we go. So Vim is not installed, so looks like we're using Nano. So this is the pretty much bone stock configuration file for i3 window manager. A lot of comments, but like you can see right here, start a terminal. Now if you had a different terminal installed, you could replace this with the program, like the name of the terminal that you installed, which we'll do later on in the stream as well. D menu is the program launcher that I just demonstrated. You could install other ones, which I will. Change focus, change which window you have in focus, or you can use the cursor, the mouse, to do that as well. Split horizontally. So it's pretty much a bunch of keyboard shortcuts to get all this done. Here's where it shows you all your workspaces. You could change the name of these, but I will not be doing that because it can get kind of buggy. So this is where all that happens. Reload a configuration file, and all that is done there. Mode resize, that's all the stuff that occurs when you resize. Then here is where the bar is. If you don't know what the bar is, it's where all this other stuff is, down here at the very bottom. Sorry about the VirtualBox little white pop-up thing there. I can't really change that, but you can move the bar to different sides of the screen, which is nifty. You could also install a different bar, which takes a lot more configuration and takes a really long time to figure that out. This is the configuration file. To start off the bat, you should install this program called FE or FEH. Actually, I'm gonna cd out of that really quick, and then sudo apt install FE. This is the program that lets you change desktop backgrounds with the i3 window manager. So let's go on the internet really quick and find a nice background. And just type in elementary OS. Find a nice background, or like type in just something like that. This looks nice. So let's save image as, and then just BG or whatever you want to name it. I like to keep it short and simple. So we got the desktop background wallpaper image that we want to use installed. So I'm going to move this to the second workspace, which is, you do that by doing mod shift 2, so you could go through all your different workspaces with ease. So now that we got that installed, FE is installed, or however you want to say it. Then I'm going to look at my actual i3 configuration file really quick, because I can't memorize all these different configurations. So, alright, so here we go. So I'm going to go navigate to the downloads, then move the image to the home directory. So there we go. bg.jpg is in our home directory. So now what we need to do is go back into our configuration file. I'm gonna scroll through there, and then nano config, and then go down wherever you want to place the the command that will execute the command to give us our background. We'll just exec. I'm gonna do it right here at the very bottom. And we had to download that from the sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I did not know what happened with the stream, how it went back to the whatever you call it, my waiting screen. Without L out of the way, we need to do bg. It did it again. This might happen a lot. bg hyphen scale. Okay, give me a moment. I need to change some settings here really quick. Alright, hopefully that worked. So I don't know, I had a hotkey or something set up by default that when I press the hyphen key, it will switch to a random scene in my encoder software, so I got that taken care of. So the command is exec space feh space hyphen bg hyphen scale, and then our home directory, home/Linux. Actually, I'm just gonna do the tilde/ just to make it short and simple, and then bg.png. I mean jpg. Sorry about that. So now we got that. We got Control X, and yes, we want to write. Now that when we restart our window manager, it did not change the background for some reason. Give me a second. Yeah, that is right according to what I got on my actual i3. So let's figure. Alright. I'm just gonna do the long home directory version, like /home/Linux daily /background or bg.png, and then yes, reload, and it still didn't work. I'm gonna get out of i3 and get back in it. Maybe that will work. Yeah, there we go. We just had to get out and get back in. And this is our new background. So that's a pretty good overview on how to change desktop backgrounds. Just download the image off the internet or whatever you do to get your images for your background, and then go to your configuration file, so cd.config, and then i3, and then that's where it's located, and then vim or nano or whatever text editor you use, and then config to bring you to your config, or you could just do nano and then the whole directory structure to get there. So that's the command to get the background. You do have to install it, so keep that one in mind. So that's the backgrounds. Now we need to get a compositor, and to do that we're going to install Compton. So sudo apt install Compton, very secure password. And then yes, we're going to install it. And then since we're at the terminal, I'm also going to install Termite, which is a better terminal. Well, actually I'm not, because it's not in the repositories, and I'm not going to attempt to add one because I tried that on elementary and it broke my system. So I'll have to find another one. Keep typing vim. It's nano config because we don't have vim installed on this. So to get that running, really plain and simple, exec and then Compton. And then yes, write changes. And then I'm going to get out of my i3 and get back in it. So now we can tell that we have the compositor installed, since we can see the desktop background like that, and transitions through different windows should be a little bit more smooth. So Firefox, I don't know what's going on up there. Well, it didn't really smooth it out, but it really improves the performance on how elementary OS or whatever Linux you use on i3 window manager runs. So now that we got the Compton installed, we got the desktop background changed on i3. I'm actually going to change the name of some of these never mind. That causes a lot of problems on multiple screens here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change some colors on our i3, and then change like the way the bar looks and all that. So let's go back into our config. And then go down here, and you want to do this before you get to the bar. So give us some space down there. Then let me navigate to my part where I have all that. So now what we do is to set different colors, you just do set, then you're going to do some variables here. So I'm going to set that to what's a need to pull up a Firefox. Okay, so mod F will full screen your window, by the way. I just figured that one out. I actually did not know that beforehand. So now I'm going to find a hex color just to prove the point. Let's do this a darker red like that. So let's set that to 7C140E. Make sure you type that all in hex, because that's how i3 window manager will work. Now you want to do set, and then inactive, or whatever you want to name the next one for your inactive windows, and then set that to, what should that one be? Set that to a 4161 CC. Alright, now that we got that, now I'm not an expert at configuring i3. I'm just looking off my pre-configured one that I've been modifying for the past week, since I do run i3, but I'm still not an expert at the configuration yet. I'm just taking a quick look and showing you what i3 is all about. So I'm kind of winging this one, to be completely honest. So now let's try to do client.focus and then set that to BG, and then put in the hex once more. So we did that there, 7C140E. Now I think that works. Still kind of iffy. Client dot unfocused. Where's my $sign at? There it is. And what did I name it? Inactive. Then set that back to 4161 cc, and then that should be good on that. Now to get the bar to different color, which is the whole goal of this, is you go to your bar little variable. I'm also going to move it to the top in this one as well. So now that we're here, colors, make another curly bracket, set background to BG, and then what else? Separator, and then need to come up with a new color. So let's do something bright. 60 EA2A. We need to put the pound sign in front of that so they know it's hex. So, alright. Now to do some more stuff with the bar, why we made the focused, client focused and client unfocused and inactive and then BG is, so when we do, that was just the color of the background on the bar, and then the separator, the little box there. So that's what we just did. Now what we need to do is go down here and then focused underscore workspace, then set that to BG, and then inactive underscore workspace, and then set that to inactive, which I'm pretty sure this should work. And close off the bracket, and then my screen goes blank again. Sorry about that. Another hotkey problem. Then down here you want to tab again, and then this line that I just wrote here, position top, will make the bar go on the top. Let's see if these changes actually worked. And then now we have an error in our configuration file. I'll show errors. Alright, so I don't think it likes the yeah, some of the colors didn't work. But now that we see that that was that red that we picked, kind of an awful color, but you know, it works. So edit config, and I'm thinking it has something to do with the inactive yeah, I'm not exactly sure why is it giving us errors. Let me figure this out really quick. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. Might be something to do with that. So let's make another window here. Then go back to our config. So, okay, so currently I'm gonna just get out of that too, and then yes, continue. Alright, I'm gonna get that off the screen. I don't think it likes the position of the so maybe that will work. No, it won't. But it worked. Like the colors are still here, so that is weird. So I'm gonna ignore that for right now because I really don't know how to fix that. So we got the colors, we got that. Now what we gotta do is bind some key bindings to open up certain applications. So if we do mod and then D to open up the D menu, which is a program loader, if I want Pantheon files to open up with a key combination, Pantheon files is not optimized for i3 regardless, so I'm going to install a different one. Called Thunar. So let's install that. Seems like it's going really quick as well. So now when you do Thunar, it's a little better. I'm not gonna mind the Windows 98 looking appearance that it's got going. And then that's that blue that we picked. See when you the client unfocused and then the client focused, or active and inactive colors that we decided, it does that because I'm pretty sure I picked the blue just like that. And then that's inactive, which is one of the colors as well, I believe. Not 100% sure. But if I wanted that to open with a key combination, we'll want to go to our configuration file and then bind sim, then whatever you want. So mod plus, I'm gonna do, well, let's see if it still exists, if it exists. So I'm gonna go to this workspace and then mod shift F. No, it does not do anything. So let's go here and then mod plus shift plus and then F. We're gonna want that to execute and then Thunar. So when we control X, and then yes, reload i3, we get this error thing again because I did something wrong with the colors. I want this VirtualBox thing to go away. Alright. So now if we do mod shift F, I'm gonna go to a different workspace. It is not open. So let's actually just do mod F. And then go up here. Then try to find the full screen one and then make that mod shift F. Full screen. I just saw it right here. Mod F. It will give us an error if we don't change this. So mod shift plus F. Then reload. Close out of the error thing. Go over here. Mod F does not want to work right now. I do not know why. We have Thunar installed. That's weird how it's not actually working. Oh, that's why. I spelled it wrong. Bind sim. And then we could do well, since I already changed it, just mod F. So mod shift F. Yep, that still works. And then I'm gonna reload that once more. Go to a different workspace. The mod F. Alright, there we go. So we bound mod F to open another external window. So the colors that I picked for this are awful. I apologize. just for demonstration, I wouldn't recommend this bright red. So now that we got that, let's do that once more, but execute a different program. Bind sim mod plus what should we do? Because I want it to open Firefox. So I for internet, and then exec Firefox. Reload. Get the error. So if we go to a different workspace, then mod I, we get Firefox. So that's how you quickly open different applications with a key combination on I3. Now another customization option that you could choose instead of using what's it called, D menu, which is a program launcher. You can use a different one. The one that I'm going to choose is called Rofi, R-O-F-I. So I'll show you these key combinations that I'm using after I get everything somewhat working. So sudo apt install Rofi. So I think I already installed it. Yeah, I think I already installed it beforehand to make sure it was in the repositories. So now that we got that, I'm gonna close out of that. So now we need to find where the D menu does its thing, so I can change the thing. Here we go. Start D menu, a program launcher. This is just in the comment, but to make it actually mean what it's say what it's gonna do is Rofi. So you do not need to do that. When you load the i3 config, this all gets ignored, the stuff in the comments. So just like regular programming, stuff in the comments gets ignored. So right now it's doing a very similar thing as what we just did with the bind sim. It's just using bind sim mod D and then execute D menu underscore run. What we can do is get rid of that and then have it execute Rofi dash show run. Then some other parameters you could choose are like lines, and I'm gonna do for which I don't exactly know what it does. It's just in my configuration file. I'm gonna set that to 1. Then width, set that to 50. Padding 800, not 9,000, 800. Oops. So now that we got that, we can save that, reload, get the errors off. Configuration failed to validate. Alright, so it doesn't like the padding, so I'll just get rid of that because I don't exactly know what it does. I'm still kind of a, what you would call a noob at i3. But it's always a good thing to learn. So I don't know where that was. The D menu stuff. If I had Vim, I could search, which I might install later on in the stream. Rafi right here, so. Alright, so here we are. I'm just going to get rid of that parameter. And reload. Not the files. So here we are. This is the Rafi. I'm going to clear out of that. So pretty much plain and simple. You just run. It's pretty much a program loader. Same thing as D menu, but it just does that. Now with the Pantheon terminal, that's why it looks kind of weird like that. But if you just didn't have that and had like a couple windows like that, it'll full screen like to the left and to the right, kind of like Windows. If you take it, like click it and drag, it does the same kind of thing. You can move them around if you want it top, bottom. So this is what it actually is. It usually doesn't have the big borders on it. That's just an issue that comes with the terminal that comes with elementary. So all that being said, I'm going to show you how to navigate around with i3. So switch workspaces, mod 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever workspace you want. So if I wanted to go from if I had something open at workspace 10, let's just open up our file browser. We're here on browsing the internet on the workspace 2. If you needed to get to that, you just do mod 0 and you're at workspace 10. Or if you're running a terminal here, you need to get to workspace 2, you just mod 2 and you get there. Fairly plain and simple. Sorry about the flashing lights. I just going from a really bright window down to a terminal. So that's that. Shifting workspaces from switching windows from workspace to workspace. If I'm get out of here, if I'm on workspace 10 with this file browser and I want it on the same workspace as my internet browser, Firefox, mod shift 2, and then we're at the we're there. So if I wanted to put it back at workspace 10, mod shift 0, and we're here. So that's that, moving around workspaces. Now if you have it in a like right here, but you want to like one window on top, one window on the bottom, mod shift down, mod shift right. So the arrow keys and the mod plus shift will let you move the windows around. And then if you wanted to like open another one up like that, or if you wanted to, what's another program I can get really quick? Well, all that being said, let's just open up another file browser like that. So, tiling window manager, Thunar Firefox. You could also scroll down and it views all the applications installed. That's just a Thunar thing. Not Thunar, that's a Rafi thing. So, yep, there's that. The close out of Windows, I don't think I showed you, but mod shift Q to do that. Shift workspaces, plain and simple. So, i3, really lightweight. Really lightweight. I haven't really messed around with other window managers like it. Like, I think Awesome kind of has the same kind of a thing what you can do with it. With the like keyboard combinations and all that. The configuration file is how you pretty much change everything about i3. People that run like the Arch Linux and they have a really highly customized version of i3, they will have like, they'll just work off pretty much the configuration file. Really plain and simple. It's actually laid out in a manner that's really really easy to understand, except for some of the color one that I kind of messed up and now it doesn't work right. Well, that's just something that I did. It's just user error. So yeah, i3 window manager. I don't really have anything else to demonstrate. We got the background changed. So let's do that once more. If we download another background from the internet, let's just say just Arch Linux for a change, even though it's a Debian Ubuntu based distro that we're running currently. Let's just say I wanted this if I'm running a Arch Linux and I wanted this as my background. Save as, and then BG1 is what I'm going to name it. Now you can use I'm going to do it the easier way and go to downloads and just cut and then paste it into my home directory. I think I clicked the wrong one. There we go. But now that we open up a terminal accidentally, now we can see that BG1 and then BG are in our home directory. Now, an easy way to change backgrounds back and forth, if you're that kind of a person, you can go to where we have our background execute. Which I'm not exactly sure where we put that. Right there. So you just comment this one out, and then so what we just did is we commented out the one that we were just using, the elementary OS background, and then we wrote another one, a different the same exact command but with a different image selected. So we're gonna save that. Actually, to do that we have to get out and get back in. And then there's one more thing I just realized I can do. So I must have typed in something wrong. That's why I put JPGX. Must have fat fingered it. Did it again. Alright. So that we can get out of here. And I can get back in. And there's our new background. And then you just comment this one out and then uncomment the other one, and it's really easy to change backgrounds if you switch back and forth a lot. Now there's one more thing you can do that I feel comfortable doing in the live stream because I'm still not that good at i3. So if you go in here, you know when you mod shift E to get out of i3, you see that, like the little top bar. You could actually edit the text that is in here and put whatever you want. So you gotta find where that is, right? Yeah, right here. And again, that is working with the same kind of bind sim and then mod shift E. Then you can actually edit the message within it, saying you can get rid of all of this. It's like, are you sure you want to exit i3? Window manager. And then you can just do you can even change the other stuff. Just saying yes, or like no. So reload that. So, are you sure you want to exit i3 window manager? And then there's yes, and then there's one that just gets you out of there. You're just gonna click yes, and then it does not work because I probably screwed it up. Sorry about that. Let me look at my i3 configuration on my host computer to see what I deleted that I shouldn't have. Because all that's doing is just opening a whole bunch of terminals. Just hold on a second. I'm trying to find it in my i3 configuration file. I kind of have it I really made it unorganized. So I found all the other stuff that we did. That's actually alright, so I found it. So now if we go here, go to now I gotta find it on this one. Alright, right here. So I don't think it can make the no statement. I think it just has to be an X. So I kind of messed that up. That's why I wouldn't exit. So now it is i3 MSG exit. So that should work. Let's reload that once more. Now I think I just... Oh, no, never mind. I know why it's not working. Because, yeah. I was clicking the wrong one. I'm not... Yeah, sorry about that. So that was i3 Window Manager's really brief demonstration on it. I think I'm going to end the stream off here. I showed you pretty much the bare bones basic configuration stuff you can do. You can do a whole lot more, but I'm not really good at it at all. So yeah, that was i3 Window Manager. I hope you enjoyed.